What's up, buddy?
I'm glad to see you on the couch.
I know, dude. It's been a minute.
It's just us two, though.
Yeah, it's just us two. On
No
the couch,
dog, still.
man. Yeah.
But, dude, you're back
I'm back, man.
from your travels.
Mm-hmm.
You and Dog are on the road.
On the road.
And the cast is now back, though. We're back together. We're going to get videos out again. The people have been waiting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dogs have been chirping in my ear going, when's the next cast? Dude?
I know.
When's the next cast? I mean, I'm just sitting here wondering.
We had to get something out, dude.
We had to get something out. Now, we did get the last thing was a history pod.
Yep.
You like that?
Yeah, it was good. You did a good
I
job.
thought the dogs did well.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Some day one listeners. Shout out Jacqueline and Eli. That was big on the boys filling in for Dalton and Dave and helping me out with that. That was a lot of fun, by the way. If you guys have not seen or watched it already, go check out our first episode of the History Pod. That will definitely be a regular thing.
Yeah.
And somehow we've talked about. Dave's even said we should probably do some like sports history episodes of it. It's going to be a thing. That's going to be going
at least once a month.
At least once a month.
Yeah.
And there might be in some of those like sports pod we might be able to get two out. But I'm almost for sure I'll have the next one ready to get. We'll probably have another one ready to go
Next couple weeks, so.
next couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know Dave's gonna be on the road next week.
Yep.
And then
Or this week.
Yeah, this coming up. Yeah. Well, the way we film it,
yeah.
he'll be out this week, but next episode will just be me and Dalton, probably a guest. But then after that, the dogs will be back. But we are guaranteeing the episode every week. Sorry for our little hiatus, spring break, trips. You want to talk about where you were?
Yeah, dude.
Where were you?
Denver, man.
Where were you in Mile High City for, dude?
A bachelor trip.
You on the Rocky Mountains for a bachelor trip?
Bachelor trip.
Dang. How was it?
Great, dude.
How Dalton
Do what?
how Dalton do?
How Dalt do?
I mean, he's still gone. That's why he's
Yeah,
gone.
dude.
They like got left in
He's still in Denver.
It was a good time.
Dude, great time. We got to see the Bucks Nuggets play.
Oh yeah,
Tell Jokic
dude.
he's a bum.
Is he? Did you tell him?
Yeah, because
Did he
he
hear
didn't get my
you?
rebounds.
That
That
you owe me a parlay, dude.
motherfucker got 2 rebounds that game I went to.
No way.
2.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a weird game
Yeah.
because both teams. I remember both teams were really getting talked about like favorites to win stuff like that, and then they faced each other. And it was like, oh, dude, we're looking at possibly the championship game this year.
Yeah.
And it was not much of a game.
No, it's
Giannis
like
was out?
no, Giannis played
Did he come
Yeah.
out of the game early?
well, no, he didn't come out of the game early. It was a pretty even game going into halftime.
yeah.
And then Nuggets just tailed away with it.
Nuggets are good.
Jamal Murray?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamal Murray, he had like 5 threes, 6 threes in that
Oh.
game. He snapped.
Yeah, Nuggets is dangerous, and I think we'll definitely.
Aaron Gordon was playing good. Jokic was playing good. Besides rebounds, a little bum ass. But yeah, Nuggets were just playing good that night.
It's funny how parlays can get you like so mad at a player, like specifically. Like me and Dave we were watching the Grizz this week, and we had a parlay in that was so safe,
Yeah,
so safe. I mean, nothing crazy on it. How many legs was it? The legs were crazy.
Like
The
12,
legs were
15.
crazy. All right, guys, listen. We know legs crazy, so safe.
we got a dog in the dog.
Oh, we got a dog in the doghouse, obviously. But the legs crazy.
Yeah,
The bets were not,
no,
and we lost because Tyus didn't get
yeah, fucking
points. Come on, Tyus.
Come
Come
on,
on, Tyus.
Come on, Tyus.
But no, it's funny how you can get so mad at just a specific
So
player
mad, dude.
for like just doing his job like a little worse than he usually does it.
I've taken a little break though off betting recently.
That's probably good.
I've just been.
Do you feel like you're enjoying sports a little more
when
you're watching when you're not betting as much?
Oh, I mean, I'm not holding grudges or anybody. I'm not
Yeah.
yelling at just people.
Yeah, because when you're like, Dave's known to get mad at a Southern Miss versus Rice game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Which, look, let's be honest. Let me ask you, when that happens, are you aware that this is ridiculous?
Oh, 100%.
Okay, it is a full like.
Yeah.
You're getting meta with it too,
I'm
but you
like,
can't help
like
it.
I'm in a bar yelling at a Southern Miss and Rice game. The only person paying attention to that game, by the
Yeah.
way, and yelling at it.
No, it wasn't Southern Miss and Rice because we're actually referring to a moment
Yeah, it was
that
Southern,
happened. Can I tell a story?
Yeah,
We went to a buddy of ours, Mason, and who was a guest in the podcast.
Shout out
I remember-
Traveling Band.
Yeah, shout out Traveling Band. Jamie's on the band. And we were at one of their concerts recently, or one of their shows recently, and on the TV behind the show was Southern Miss versus Rutgers, I believe.
it was. I think it was Rice. I honestly think it was Rice.
Or is it Rice?
I think it was Rice.
This is a bowl game.
It was a bowl game.
And Dave had a parlay going, and it was coming toward the last couple games. And in the middle of 2 songs, what did you jump up and say?
I have no idea.
Something like, "Come on, Southern, I need 3 more points," or whatever. And just like in the middle, silent, quiet part, like the band's like, "All right, man, this is our next song, whatever by Bon Jovi," and then you just hear like, "Come on, Southern, come on, Eagles."
I probably said something along the lines like, "What the fuck are you doing, Southern Miss?"
Just screaming.
Yeah.
Just being in a public bar.
Yeah.
Your buddies are playing a show, dead silent.
And they
you're
definitely looked at me like,
okay, dude, chill about the Southern Miss.
Yeah.
The Southern Miss fans weren't even that upset about anything.
There wasn't a Southern Miss fan in the bar.
That was awesome. It is great how, and that gets me into though what I was. Shout out Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. If you don't listen, one of the best top tier. Those are the dogs.
Yeah.
Those are. I would say those are our dogs. Like that's who we're a part of their dog pack.
Yeah.
So Shane was talking about best sports calls of all time YouTube videos, and I was a big sucker for those. So I'm like going back into. I was like, dude, I gotta get back on this. I'm back into like my 12-year-old YouTube searches, like top hits of 2013.
Yeah. Right.
The best sports calls of all time, and I was watching these, dude. First of all, getting teared up. Like, if you can watch, you watch these videos. If you can watch the Doug Flutie throwing that Hail Mary.
Yes.
If you can watch that video and not, like, at least get chills down your spine when the guys just scream, "Flutie did it! Flutie did it! He did it! He did it! He did it!" And just, like, people are screaming, men. Grown, and that's what I was getting captivated by. It was like,
and they're not supposed to do that on like media coverage. You can't yell for a specific team.
No, you're not supposed to be getting all excited for someone on a public broadcast.
No.
But dang, dude,
that's
happens.
That's also like the kick return, the missed kick return.
Auburn wins.
Alabama.
Auburn wins. Yeah. Auburn's going to win the football game. That one's on there. Obviously, I watched that one. Tiger making the chip. Obviously, was it Maradona? Is that the Argentinian little short soccer player? He's one that's like he's the one that the famous video of the guy literally saying goal for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right? I just love that. Like, so the one side of the poll is you can get so mad at a game that you're like you're screaming at somebody for not getting a rebound.
Right.
Screaming. Like, yeah, get the ball. But you can also be so captivated by a game. You're not a fan of these two teams, by the way. Like, you're not even a fan of maybe a player.
Yeah.
But you can get so captivated by a game, you are screaming. Like joy being wrung out. The only time I came close to it, I was a fan. When the Cubs won the 2016 World Series, dude, I was literally, that might have been the last time that might have been the one and only time I've jumped for joy. Like I was literally like a sitcom, like a yippee! Like as soon as we won the World Series, I was like, "We did it! We did it!" Just
we all came back.
Yeah, but dude, just like it's so crazy that
who carried y'all in that series?
A bunch of people did.
No,
but
it was y'all's left fielder at the time. He got World Series MVP.
I'm sorry, I'm blanking right now. We'll go back to it.
We'll go back
if we think of it. But no, I just love that, like, sports fans, especially dudes, can be pretty broy about sports.
Oh, absolutely.
It's just funny that same crowd can be brought to near tears, like of a man throwing a football or any kind of ball and a guy catching it.
It's poetic.
And it's, oh, dude. Yeah, oh, yeah.
Sports is poetic,
Oh, dude. Oh, brother. Baseball is poetry.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, it's beautiful. So I was really I got in a good place with sports this week. I got back to my roots. I was just watching hardest high school hits 2013, which is like 50 Cent in the background, and then just watching greatest calls of sports history. Flutie did it. I watched the Doug Flutie one, dude, probably 7 times.
Yeah.
Just let me watch that again. Let me watch that again. It's so crazy. That pass is insane. What else?
Do what?
Big news.
What's that?
I mean, like life-changing.
What's that?
Go ahead and read that piece of paper for the boys, for the dogs. What's that say?
Credentials of ministry. This is to certify Thomas Dylan Rakestraw.
That's me.
What does that say?
It's a bad print, not gonna lie.
That is a bad print.
Just, flip it way through it.
What does that say?
Let me see. Let me help you out.
That the bearer hereof has been ordained On this day, the 26th of March in the year 2023, is officially recognized as a member of Universal Life Church and has all rights and privileges to perform all duties of the ministry.
I'm a reverend now, so if y'all would just go ahead and start referring to me as Father or Reverend Thomas Dillon Rakestraw, that would be appreciated. I'm ordained now.
When'd you get ordained, dude?
The March the 27th, 2023.
That's wild.
This is big. I mean, I'm a reverend now.
What made you want to do that?
Huh?
What made you want to do that?
I mean, I'm known to become monkish.
So you can marry people now?
I mean, I could marry folks in Mississippi, and I could probably on the website it said I could counsel. I don't know about all that.
We already know about it. Your counseling with that again. That app you're on.
I still do that every once in a while. I still
give people
bad advice. Like, I'm thinking about quitting my job. You should.
You should
just quit your job. I love that app. No, yeah, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh man, I wonder how easy it is just to get ordained.
Evidently, very.
Dude, I put my email address in. That's it. I put my email address in. Clicked a couple links.
You're ordained.
Boys and girls, I would like dogs. I am Reverend Dog.
Reverend Dog.
I'm Reverend Dog.
That's our thumbnail this week.
That might be that. I am the Reverend Dog.
Reverend Dog.
So, if you guys if any of the dogs need somebody to officiate their wedding.
We got one dog just fucking pacing around here.
Yeah, she's excited about the cast.
Excited, dude.
But for real, if any of the dogs need somebody to, what's it called? Officiate their wedding.
Yeah, dude.
I got you. See it.
That's it.
That's official. You saw it.
Yeah.
It's signed by Chaplain Brittany Martin. Chaplain, you can call me Chaplain too. Chaplain Dog, Reverend Dog,
People
brother.
go to college for that.
Father Dog. Yeah, people go to college for this kind of stuff. I mean, I don't think so. I think they go for more than that. I think you go to. I'm pretty sure you go to.
Liberal arts school.
Not liberal arts school,
but
seminary
school
for a little bit more than just a piece of paper that says you can do weddings. But I did that part.
Yeah,
that's big.
That's big, dude.
That's big.
That's wild.
I thought we could use. I mean, I just thought we could use like.
So now you're a elementary school teacher and reverend.
Minister, ordained. It's big.
It's big, dude.
That's big. That's
big, man.
All right.
You should frame it in your class.
I did, dude. You can order an official frame, and I've been thinking about doing it. Because it would be just sick to have just a giant. I don't even know what the Universal Life Church is. I have no idea. I tried to look into it.
You don't even know if that's legit or not.
Oh, it's legit.
Oh.
It was. They had they quoted the laws that made that legit on the website. So that tells you how credible this website is. What else I want to talk about this week other than becoming ordained?
Dude, you forgetting about your cold brew down there, dog.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, I'll put it on the screen for the dogs. I shared it on the Twitter. I did say something on Twitter. You can go to our Twitter and look at it too if you're not watching a YouTube video. But the Showboats, the USFL team for Memphis, getting ready. John Franklin III's on there. That's probably the only really big name that's on the team. One of the Memphis quarterbacks is Memphis University's quarterbacks on there.
Back to Liberty Bowl.
At the Liberty Bowl. I want to talk about...
I think April 15th 's first game.
I do think so too.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you though, if you agree with this.
What's up?
Worst uniform with the best. This is the best helmet with the worst uniform.
Terrible uniform. Seen. They definitely spend all their money on the helmet.
The helmet is,
yeah,
perfect. Like the steamboat on the side looks so good.
Yeah,
the way the curve goes with it, it looks so slick. It's blue. I think it's with the yellow face mask. You gonna let her out? We're gonna pause. We back. Dog went to pee. Dog pottied. What are we talking about? Showboat helmets? The Showboats. The helmet, Showboats.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the team. I only know John Franklin III's on there. I just want to talk about the helmets. Helmets look pretty sick.
The helmet's sick. Jersey's terrible.
Terrible. It looks like all the bad early 2000s high school jersey designs all put to one.
Yeah.
You can't even read. What do you think you're doing with this notepad? You weren't a guest on this podcast this week. Yeah,
Get outta here.
where's our interns? Dude, we need interns.
We do.
We need a dog.
We need a dog sitter.
A dog sitter. If y'all know any interns, I'll do this for free.
Come on.
Come on. That'd be sick. We had like an intern just knew how to do this stuff better than us. Say, oh yeah, I can edit that audio and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll give them college credits. I'll give them college credits.
Can you?
Reverend. No. I'm ordained, brother. Brother, I'm ordained now. Okay. I got powers invested in me now. You know that part of the wedding when he says that? The power invested in me? That's that, brother. That's the power. Got a piece of paper that says I'm ordained. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know what I could pull. I could probably pull a couple credits for an intern to, edit our audio and video.
Right.
I'm lazy, dude. I don't feel like doing it when I get home. I'm about to do this pod tonight. It needs to come out tomorrow.
Yeah. You have to stay up late.
And I'm not going to tell you guys what day it is that we're recording, so you don't know. The viewer doesn't know if I got this out tomorrow or the next day.
Yeah.
So you can't hold me to nothing.
Nothing.
Still some more sports news. Today there was a lot of talk on Twitter, and it made me mad, but it's just dumb. I don't get why it's even a conversation that everybody's having. But about the Reese and Clark situation from the women's NCAA tournament, the championship. Obviously, the big one that sparked a lot of Twitter assholes spouting their knowledge was Reese taunting Clark. Whereas, first off, I don't even want to get much into the conversation because I think it's just stupid that we're even having this conversation. Like, everybody, including like not even the sports world, is talking about two girls, two top athletes in their sport, taunting one another, Dave. Get ready for this.
Playing the game.
In a basketball game. In a game.
Yep.
In a game.
Yep.
We're talking about like...
Dude, Caitlin Clark did it first.
Exactly. Both parties have done it.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's a game.
You know what I think about it is, comparison is, all right, a boxing match.
Yeah.
Say you knock out your opponent.
Right.
Most boxers, adrenaline's pumping.
Yeah, you're like,
they're hovering over the guy, celebrating.
Absolutely.
But as soon as they're coming to shake hands, most of the time they're humble about it. They're a good match and stuff like that. And just like Reese, after with press conference and stuff like that, it was done. She was over with. Yeah. I mean, she wasn't celebrating. She wasn't taunting or anything like that.
I only saw her comment about it when somebody asked her.
Exactly.
About it.
But it was heat of the moment. Just celebration, and adrenaline. I mean,
you beat her.
Yeah, exactly.
You beat a girl who's killing.
Let her celebrate.
You beat a girl who's killing.
And with that ring thing, Joe Burrow did the exact same thing when he won his national championship.
I'm just saying, it seems like to me we're only having this conversation because it's women's sports.
I think so.
We would not be having this conversation.
Nobody said anything when Joe Burrow did it.
No, and for a matter of fact, if this happened in the dudes NCAA tournament and it happened the same way, I'm pretty sure people would be like, that was awesome.
Baker Mayfield told a guy to suck his dick in the middle of a game. Yeah. They caught it on live TV. Yeah. They showed it on TV.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't say anything about it.
That's what I'm saying. But then you got guys like Portnoy and fucking Keith Olbermann calling Reese like, I think Portnoy said she was like a classless piece of shit. And then Keith Olbermann, by the way, the biggest dork in all of sports. Dude's been on ESPN so many times with the most boring shows. And I'm not even me. I'm just going to go in. I told Dave before the podcast I'm going in. I'm just dumping on two guys. So I've always jokingly hated on Portnoy. But like why is David Portnoy saying anything to anybody about classiness?
Yeah.
Dude, isn't your brand like kind of bro-y Boston? Like,
absolutely.
It's not, I wouldn't call it class. No. And I'm not saying I hate it. Like, I like some of the stuff that Barstool puts out. Yeah. I like some of the shows. Dawn wears their apparel all the time. But like, you're the one that's going to give people like the like, oh, this is classless. They need to learn how to be classy and stuff like that. And then Keith Olbermann, who in his apology tweet told people, I don't keep up with basketball, men or women. Why are you talking? You saw a video and then you made an opinion of it.
Another thing I think it is that people have been riding high off of Caitlin Clark so much this year.
Yeah.
That everybody wanted Caitlin Clark to win.
Yep.
Of course, she's had a phenomenal season.
Right.
She's freaking destroying everybody she plays.
Yep.
But LSU in a whole is a better team than Iowa. That's a fact.
LSU. It was a good game.
It was a good game.
It was a good
Caitlin Clark
game.
had a good game. She scored 30 points.
That's what's really bothering. Hey, get out of the audio equipment, dog. I know you want to be on the pod, but you can't get in the audio equipment. No, but like, dude, it was a fantastic game. It was great for women's college basketball and women's sports in general. It was a very entertaining championship game.
Absolutely.
Tickets were selling, like minimum ticket sales were like $400 something. That's fantastic. That's fantastic for them.
Yeah.
And it just gets overshadowed though by this whole conversation that we're having the day after about taunting during the championship game, celebrating
winning the championship.
Yes,
not just a win, the championship.
The championship.
You won it all.
Not even like exactly. We're not even talking.
You
weren't
even supposed to be a contender. You weren't even supposed to make it past South Carolina.
The first
everybody
one
doubted
in school
LSU.
history.
Yeah, first one in school history. Everybody was talking shit about LSU, saying that they weren't good enough to win because of the strength of their schedule. But they proved themselves to be good enough.
Yeah. Because and these same guys that are like, oh, that's classless. You have to have class in games and be more of a sportsman are the same ones that tweet stuff about there being participation trophies.
Yeah.
So which is it? Which is it?
What do you want it to be?
People are also like going back to that. It's the championship game, like you said. Like people were talking about this like it was just a petty like celebration.
Right.
It's like no, dude, you're top of the game.
Absolutely.
Like you just won the biggest.
Give her that ring.
Yeah. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Y'all lame. Certified, stamped it. You being lame.
Ain't lame about it.
Twitter assholes.
Let the girl celebrate.
Yeah. Let anybody celebrate.
Caitlin Clark did acknowledge it. She didn't say anything about it.
Who cares?
Yeah.
It's like it's the same with baseball, and we'll go into baseball in just a second. This is called segueing, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with baseball and bat flips. I think that the batter should be able to flip a bat when he hits a home run. And I think a pitcher should be able to go nuts when he rings somebody up.
Absolutely.
Don't care. Mm-hmm. Celebrate your win, especially in baseball, which is like super independent victories. You're winning a lot of small stuff. I don't mind a guy celebrating.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about, and it also makes the game fun. I'm super segueing because this is the only one thing I want to talk about with opening weekend. Opening weekend just passed. Mm-hmm. If you want a little update for our teams, Dave's a Cardinals fan, so is Dalton. I'm a Cubs fan. We're where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Brewers on top, Cardinals are going to compete, and the Cubs are in dead last, and they're probably going to stay there all year. But it's going to be a hopeful dead last.
Hey,
I'm going to tell you that, folks.
Cubs
fans,
Cubs are
it's going to be a hopeful not dead last maybe. We'll be in the bottom of the Central this year. It's hopeful, though, boys and girls. Stick with them. Stick with them. What I want to talk about with baseball, though, is the pitch clock. Been iffy about it. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's so good for the game. It's so,
Speeds up the game.
Did you catch any games?
Yeah, I did.
Bro.
Speeds up the game so much.
How good are the games right now?
They're great.
Now, I'm not saying that there's not going to be some issues with, and we've already seen it. We saw it in spring. We've already seen it early. There's going to be issues with the batter going into the box, the catcher, communicate with the pitcher. We're going to have issues. And they're going to be annoying, and people are going to complain about it. But I'm going to use one game as an example before going in anymore. Arizona, 8-2 ball game this weekend. They went 8-2. The game lasted 2.5 hours. Dude, get this. You ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
With 4 mid-inning pitching changes, we got a 2.5 hour game with an 8-2 score.
Phenomenal.
Obviously, base runners, there's hitting, there's a bunch of pitching changes, and we still ended it at 2.5 hours.
It's watchable at that point for people that don't really watch baseball.
With a lot going on in the game.
Yeah.
Because that was always like, that was the thing that was, being said. Because that's what hurt baseball for a long time is a game that had a lot going on that was technically fun to watch was also 4.5 hours.
Right.
Like if you watch a slugfest and they give up, it's like 10-6 or 8-5 or whatever. That's a lot of hits. It's a lot of hits. It's a lot of base running. It's a lot of walks. It's a lot of pitching changes. It's a lot going on in a game. It takes a while. This pitching clock gives nobody an excuse.
Yeah,
it forces everybody to get the game going. And I'm not saying,
and that goes with catchers, batters, and pitchers. They all have a clock.
Yep. And this is coming from baseball fans.
Yeah,
Play baseball.
Love
baseball. Yes. But I'm looking at this whole thing when I've heard arguments for and against all this stuff, rule changes. I've just been on the side of like this whole time for the past, because it's probably been the past 5 or 6 years that these conversations have been having about rules that should be added to baseball to make it better. I've always been on the side of whatever grows the game. Whatever grows the game. That has to be number one A concern. And if you're a fan who's like a diehard baseball fan, I feel like, I know it's probably going to suck for a lot of them, but you have to have that same mindset. Because you're a diehard baseball fan. You have a team, especially if you have a team or something like that, you should be able to get over a couple things you got to give up to bring some other people in so that we can continue having a fun MLB that's entertaining, that brings in new fans. Because, there is no MLB if there's nobody watching.
Right.
Or it's not going to be as nearly as what you want it to be right now.
Yeah. And which the viewers are already very low.
Yeah.
In MLB.
Now, I know it's gotten better.
It has.
Because there's a good league, dude.
Yeah.
It's a good league.
It's exciting.
It's an exciting league right now. But you have to have people with reason to watch.
And there was big numbers put up this past opening weekend. And
every game I watched this weekend was good.
Yeah.
There was
in the Cardinals game, the Cardinals opening game, there was 34 hits total.
Yep. It was a really fun weekend actually. I also got to watch Houston and Texas, one of their games. No, that was yesterday. Texas and I can't remember. Who did Houston play opening?
I can't remember.
I can't remember right now, but whoever they were playing.
Honestly, I just kept up with the Cardinals opening day.
I watched Houston's opening day because I watched the ring ceremony. Which stop putting the gold on the jerseys for the ring ceremony. Yeah. It doesn't look good. It looks weird, especially with Houston's orange. I just don't like it. It's probably because I just don't like seeing Houston getting a trophy. Yeah. That's probably what it is. But no, dude, I was very pleasantly surprised how much I enjoyed it.
Oh, it was great.
Like
it was a really good opening weekend.
I never felt like I was wasting my time because look, dude, like I said, we're baseball fans, and there's many where I would take a nap in the middle of the game. Wake up.
Oh, absolutely. Shut up,
Siri. We don't need Siri. We don't do any research on this podcast. But it's off the dome.
Off the dome.
Yeah, what were you saying about?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you used to, you could take a nap and wake up and the game's still going.
Yeah, the good part.
Yeah, good.
You had to wake up for the good part of the game.
8, 9, 10.
You watch the first two.
Wake up. I mean, go to sleep.
See how it's going. I mean, if it's tight, that I'm gonna watch.
Yeah, right.
But almost, dude, Sunday, Saturday games, afternoon game, I'm taking a nap if it's close. Or we take a 3-run lead in the second or third.
I mean, I'm definitely going to keep up with MLB this year more than college because state, don't even want to talk about it.
All right, we'll go into Little Mississippi State. Little Mississippi State baseball. The only thing I'm going to say about it is South Carolina series was more competitive than the Vanderbilt.
Absolutely.
So if you need greener pastures, which a lot of Mississippi State fans do, and I know we got a lot of Mississippi State fans that listen, if you need greener pastures, it was more competitive.
It was. It's still. I mean, I still can't watch it.
That's what it's got to be, though. At the bottom line,
I'll keep up with it. I just can't watch it.
Bottom line, it can't. Vandy was not competitive whatsoever. It was a sad excuse for playing baseball. This was a competitive weekend.
Yep.
Game 3 came down to 2 innings.
Yeah, right. It was.
I mean, it was still a butt whooping by the end of it, but it was still.
We took one of it. Yeah, we took one of them,
and we took one, and a dominant win too. So, is there some juice in Starkville? Maybe. Is it looking abysmal right now?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Still looking abysmal. Absolutely. If you're talking about the standards of Mississippi State baseball, it's not looking good.
Got some good news from spring training football, so I mean that's a plus.
Yeah.
That's a plus.
Dude, I want Arnett to do so well there.
I think he will.
I want him to do so well there.
I think he will. Arnett's a good coach.
Yeah, but he could be at Starkville for 7 years.
Oh, absolutely.
8 years, 9 years, easy.
What's his contract right now? 3 years?
I think. But he's just the type of guy I don't see him going anywhere super huge ever. I mean, dude, we need Jackie Sherritt. We need somebody back in the saddle.
Yeah, right.
Ride with us. Rock with us.
Ride with us.
And dude, Arnett's gonna cook up a team because he's a tough coach. Here in a couple years, that state team is gonna be like tough. It's like a tough football team.
They will be.
And I'm really, really pumped for that. I mean, and dude, anybody that produces a guy like Emmanuel Forbes is gonna be a good coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Emmanuel Forbes has one of the best ratings that like a college football player's had. He is. He's like it's like a 90.
Yeah,
it's like a 90% efficiency rating. Like it's like top 5.
We got
maybe like top 3.
Dog down.
Dog tired.
Dog down.
I'm feeling a little worn out too. I know we're getting towards the end,
but
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, dude.
What do you got?
Another exciting thing's going on right now is NBA.
Oh yeah, we're getting to the end.
We're getting to the end.
We're getting to the end. Let's cap it with this.
Okay.
So we're talking about the end, and I'll see if you agree with me. Because the only thing I thought about this week with that is I don't see anybody winning it right now that isn't the top 4, top 2 from both sides.
I've got the only thing I agree with that, but coming from a Grizzlies fan, you know the West.
Yeah,
I think the East is too dominant.
they're very good.
They're very good.
That Boston
Bucks, Celtics, also Knicks are creeping up.
and Knicks, yeah, yeah.
I think it's going to come down. Honestly, if everything goes like it's supposed to, which it probably won't, it's either going to be Bucks, Celtics, Nuggets. Those 3 teams
are your favorite for 3.
A favorite 3, yes.
Yeah, and I think, by the way, and this is coming from Grizzlies fan, I think we are one of the favorites. I don't think we're top. Don't even think.
No.
Just a really weird end of the season here. I'm not saying that they can't do something crazy in the playoffs. It could be really weird. Steven Adams coming in late. Tyus weird situation going on in Memphis. I was going to talk about that, but I can't.
The West is weird right now. Like there's a couple contenders like that are dangerous in the playoffs that are low end. Like Lakers are going to be dangerous.
Dude,
in the playoffs.
Lakers were 10-6 before LeBron came back.
Yeah, Lakers are
After
going to be
the
dangerous.
All-Star break.
In the playoffs. Wiggins is coming back for Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State's always dangerous in the playoffs. It's just a
Warriors are kind of slid, though, a little bit here at the end.
little bit.
So that's one thing weird about them. I feel like they've slid a little bit. Yeah, dude,
I think the West is going to be a lot more competitive than the East.
I think it's going to be a good playoff.
I think so too.
I think it's going to be a fantastic playoff.
I think so too. I'm scared about the Grizzlies first round, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, that play-in's going to matter a lot.
Well, what
there's
scares
2
me about the Grizzlies first round is how we've played on the road during the regular season and how it's going to affect us in the playoffs.
We were just talking about Grizz. When this comes out, this will be relatively close to this. Grizz lost to Chicago last night.
It was tough.
Which
We played dominant in the first half.
first half, I was telling Dave before we started tonight, it was like, man, we just sucks because it feels like the Grizz need to go dominate on the road right before this playoff, just to show that they can do it and feel like they can do it. And that first half was like, oh, dude, they're doing it.
Yeah.
They're creaming a really good team on the road, and then they lost by what?
They lost by like 20 at least. It was at least 20.
I mean, it's a bad second
we
half.
were up like 15 going into half.
And listen, we know that's considering who's gone and whatever. But the Grizzlies, even with these guys that are missing, is a great team.
But I mean, you can't come out of the half like
You
you can't come in the half in the third quarter scoring 16 points in the third.
Exactly. The lead they had at halftime, they just should have won.
They scored 16 points in the third quarter.
No matter
Can't
who
have
they
it.
had, you should have just won.
Yeah,
you
right.
had too good of a lead.
Yeah.
And you have too good of a team out there right then. So
You can't do it.
Yeah. Depending on how the Grizzlies end this last their last 3 games, it matters a lot going into playoffs. It's going to be tough for them, I think, sitting out play-in too.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, it will be.
So coming back while there's having to go take on a team who's going to be juiced up from that play-in, it's going to be tough for the Grizzlies.
My only thing is we
It's a young
cannot
team.
we can't drop a game at home.
No.
We can't.
So we'll see. I like I said, my favorites are the 4. I think you agree with that. My
Yeah.
favorites are the 4, but it's definitely if Grizz are a lot lower than that top 3.
Oh yeah.
So
We're still young.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
easily Bucks, Celtics, or Nuggets, and then a way lower 4th favorite for me is the Grizz though, because the Grizz can dominate a basketball game very easily when they get rolling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
We watched a lot of games this year where that was the case.
like, well, I gotta not think of his name. Tom Segura.
Jenkins.
Yeah, thank you, Taylor Jenkins.
Yeah, Dave
He
thinks Taylor Jenkins looks like Tom Segura.
No, I don't think he looks exactly like Tom Segura.
I have to agree, he does look a lot like Tom Segura.
But Taylor Jenkins, he's proved himself in the regular seasons as long since he's been at the Grizzlies, but he's still got to prove himself in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, he made it to the second round last year.
He made
but
a play.
He made second round last year, but he's still got to put him up there as a great coach of the Memphis Grizzlies. He's got to make a run, and he's going to make it. Just win.
Yeah, I agree. And I think we'll see it. I think it'll be this year. I don't see any reason why they can't win first round, but I think you're looking at a championship next year.
Yeah,
I think you have.
We're
I'm
young.
thinking if you're wanting the Grizzlies to be in the right place in this whole timeline, they should be playing for a championship next year. I don't know about
and I hope everybody thinks this, but Luke Kennard is going to help us tremendously.
Luke
in the
Kennard's a
playoffs.
missing piece.
Absolutely.
We'll see it. We'll see it. All right, bro.
I think we're
Right,
good.
right there.
I think we're good.
Dogs, that was a good cast.
Love you.
Join us next week. We'll see you later.
Yes, sir.